Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Play Spelunky Part 11. Now quickly, just going to show you a few interesting deaths and little cool bits. So, I tried to kill the merchant with the rock and got myself rocked. Haha. And now, a new enemy. So, one of the big enemies from the jungle, when it's rushing water, the bottom of the level will be all water. And much like that boss in bloody Zelda Majora's Mask. Oh god, what was it? Who cares? You have to fight it with the Zora mask. Though you could try and fight it with the Fierce Deities mask, it was actually in some ways more difficult. Anyway, you can see it just bit me to death. Now, this is another secret thing in the Restless Dead level. There's a chance one of these crystal skull runes will be generated. If you grab it, instead of a normal trap, it'll spawn the ghost immediately. Oh, and you can also see I'm using the girl. That's a bonus reward. And yeah, basically the Spelunker and the damsel switch places, which is good. And now I get my revenge on the killer fish with the lady in red. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but the bomb frogs turn into normal frogs if they get wet. So, you can see that was actually kind of dangerous. But lady with a shotgun, more dangerous. So, now it's all just a matter of abusing the side-scrolling nature of the game. The frozen region, so right now I know I'm safe in the knowledge the fish can't get me, because he's in the frozen region of the game. So I take this chance to fire off a couple of spread shots just before he comes on screen. There he is. So we got our first salvo off, second salvo, bam! So what you get for killing the fish is you get 4 supply boxes, which I don't use, and a bunch of money, and this is how I kill myself, because I'm looking for the black market entrance. Yeah, once again I run into the explosion particles and kill myself, and then the ghost destroys my body. Great. Anyway, I think that's it for cool stuff, and now, yep. So we've gone from 103 plays and 103 deaths back to 86. Back to where it all began. Well, not really, but anyway. Let's speed this up with some wonderful music oh god, the opening theme for Baccano, which is a wonderful anime. You should all watch it if you haven't. Hell, I've even cosplayed from it. It's that good in my opinion. And that is the level of my devotion. So, let's move through this first section. Boom. That was pretty risky with the arrow trap, but survived, so can't complain. Now, as for the lady in red costume, you unlock that if you get 8 or more saves in a single playthrough, and basically you just go to the score screen and you walk in a door. There are other secret prizes for getting a certain number of kills. I think it's 150 in a playthrough and a certain amount of money. But those are less costume changes and more challenge rooms. Like, one is protect the damsel for as long as possible, and the other one is something about surviving as long as possible, I think. Not 100% sure. Oh no, I think it's killing as much as possible. Anyway, so you can see I'm just piss farting around, and I decide let's just go with the rock. 20 grand in one level is pretty darn good though. And it was a good thing I brought that rock, because now I can set off that arrow trap, sort of. There we go. And so now, in true Baccano style, I do a bit of gambling. By the way, Baccano is set in, what, the Roaring 20s. Wonderful show. Lot of fun. Or is it the 30s? I think it's Prohibition era, so is that the 30s? Yeah, just showing my ignorance once again. But then again, I'm Australian, not American. We didn't really have Prohibition, though we still do have some dry states. And you can see I'm sucking. But yeah, I absolutely want the jetpack. That is an excellent item. And the arrow trap gets the kill for me, but then the one below, yep, gets the damsel. It's totally worth all the money I just spent on that. Now, I've heard the damsel a few times, probably should... Yeah, ease off. Yeah, I think I do ease off on the damsel because she's taken a couple of hits, or taken a real pounding, as they would say. Oh, that was risky. Anyway, having the jetpack at this point in the game makes it so much easier. Now, yeah, I think I take the path of efficiency combined with getting as many kills as possible, because I do seem to have a tendency to attract the ghost, which is unfortunate. But then again, given that I'm always trying, if I start from the start, I'm always gonna try to get to the City of Gold, just because I like a challenge, and let's face it, I've screwed it up a bunch of times, and here I use a unexploded, oh no, I try to use a rope, but then I use the dud bomb, well not a dud, but an unexploded ordnance to set off that trap. And I got myself the key, and yeah, you can use the open chests as projectile weapons, no worries. Now that could have been risky if it had unlocked a spider or something, but it didn't, so no worries. And finally putting that bomb to good use to get a mattock, and bada boom, collecting some money. So yeah, I generally always expect mattocks to die really, not to die, to break really quickly, so I don't bother, you know, relying on them or anything, and there is what I need. Unfortunately though, I don't have sticky bombs, however I have a lot of bombs, so there are other ways around, such as that, waiting. Ugh, that was dangerous. But yeah, now that I've done that, I can abuse the fact that I have so many bombs, and yep, that was the end of the OP, and now into some more of the OST. Now, the OP that you just heard, that's called Guns N' Roses by a band called Paradise Island, and I'll be sure to put the appropriate credits in the description part of this video. And what's this song called? Oh, here comes the ghost, shit. All I know is this is what I would call the fun music, because fun stuff happens when you hear this. Well, less fun, more interesting stuff happens, like action and whatnot. And once again, utilizing the fact that I have a jetpack. Jetpack's really good to get right at the start, by far. They are an excellent investment if you can get one. Saves so much effort. And yep, doing really well. We're up to 6 health already. Like, seriously. Now, unfortunately, I know this run ends in a dud, but what I do know is I have finally won the game. Yes, that's right, I have won the game. However, this is not one of those times. But, you know what? I think it's important to show the evolution and to show the fact that, you know, you're not always going to win. Even if you manage to get from the start to this area. Now, I believe, yeah, I'm just grabbing the rock as a precaution so I don't have to deal with that caveman. But, mercy, don't kill him. And 68 grand by the end of Area 1, that's pretty bloody good as well as a jetpack. Like, seriously, I am doing really solidly here. I'm actually kind of sad that this didn't end up being my win video. I forget exactly how I died, but as always, it's bullshit when you die. But you know what, that's just the nature of the game, and there I lose, what, 2 HP to getting myself locked in and being an idiot. Really, I don't need the climbing gloves, they're just handy as a just in case, because the jetpack, if it runs out of fuel, which it can happen, you can just fall. So climbing gloves are good in that, say you're falling in Area 3, you run out of jetpack fuel, what you can do is just grab onto a ledge, a wall, and then bada bing bada boom, all your jetpack fuel's back, and you can keep going again. And yep, I do manage to get that frog. I thought I would miss it, but nope, got it. That's always great, but there's really... I'm deciding whether to bother with that chest over there, and I don't. However, what I am bothering with is dealing with that bloody totem, because that's going to be an absolute pain. Even though I know I could... Ah, that was stupid. Lost another hit point to stupidity. Why am I... Oh, and that's... Yeah, that was even more stupid. I have a jetpack and a projectile weapon. What's wrong with me? And that was also really risky. Man, I think I'm just losing concentration at this point because the jetpack has made me a bit slovenly. Excellent music, I gotta say. And now another track. Much calmer track. They use this one, I believe, whenever they're doing the bar scenes. Oh, and there we go. Oh, that was a good whip. Oh, that was stupid. I didn't grab the chest. Ah, well. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Now, the two items which I deem absolutely necessary. Compass, jetpack. Shotgun is useful, but you don't need a weapon as long as you got bombs. In my opinion. And you can see I'm just clearing this guy out of his bombs, getting the Unk, as we all know, extremely useful. But unfortunately, the gun shop doesn't have guns. Only has a bow and a machete. And honestly, after using the machete a bit more in some fail games, I gotta say, I don't really like it compared to the whip. It's just, yeah, it doesn't please me with its arc of damage and the way it works. And we quickly transition into serious mode now that we've gotten into area 3, where I start throwing Yetis off into the void. Poor Yeti. However, this is serious time. Level 9 complete. Trying to rush my way. Oh yeah, so there are some ledges that will just break and fall down. However, if you time it well, you can actually jump off them and take no fall damage. Because it doesn't work like real world physics would, which is great. Makes for really cool, you know, when you jump off. By the way, if you jump off on the UFOs, they will explode. Well, they'll fall and explode, so it's actually a good way to kill them if you've got the jetpack, or you've managed to get an angle on them and you're willing to risk it. And yeah. The other interesting thing is there are spring floors in Area 3, which will bounce any land-based enemies as well as yourself. There we go. Whee! What can be really interesting is if a rock manages to fall perfectly on it, it will just keep bouncing the rock, and the problem is the rock is considered, as it bounces, it's considered to be going fast enough to do damage, so you can actually kill yourself if you're dumb enough to walk into that rock, which I have in order to find that out. However, not yet. I've yet to do that in this, what? Oh, that was stupid. Always stupid getting full damage when you got the jetpack or the cape. Anyway. Here is what I've been waiting for, so that full damage just then doesn't matter, because that's what I've been waiting for. The Unk head. The mower head, or Unk head, or whatever. I don't know. Call it what you will. Call it what you will. The important thing is I've got lots of bombs, lots of ropes, even though the jetpack makes ropes pointless. Well, not pointless, but of less value. Because ropes, believe it or not, ropes can be used to kill enemies that are above you, such as bats, the UFOs. However, you should not use ropes to kill UFOs because they'll fall down and then kill you, but yeah. Some interesting stuff. Hey, and there we go. We stomped him and we sacked him. So sacrificing is good, and in the next video, so you can see I'm checking the time to see whether I've got time to sacrifice as many Yetis as I can. And now I'm waiting for him to get up again, because if they wake up in your arms, they will just, well, what they'll do is they'll just throw you. They'll do damage. So it's really dumb to die that way. And I get an item from Carly. Its spectacle's not that useful given what I have. Anyway, I'll be sure to give the proper credits to all the music I used, so don't worry. And dead. But yes, once again, after all that Baccano music, I have to say, once again, you should absolutely watch Baccano. It is excellent. Like, it is... Honestly, it is the epitome of what you can do in anime. Now you can see I'm avoiding the crush trap, so I'm just making my own path, which is pretty smart. And this is Area 4 again. Now, crush trap in there, so I don't want to deal with it, so I throw a bomb in it. Bombs are the only things that can destroy those. And by the way, if you bomb and move the idol, it doesn't trigger the trap, which is a falling spike trap. So, yeah, that's good. You don't want to deal with that. Well, you don't want to deal with as much shit as possible in Area 4, because it has so much shit. And I didn't realize, but that gold will set off the trap, which is good, because those traps are the absolute worst, and I hate them. Because they're the source of so many of my deaths, not only in Area 1, but in Area 2, not Area 2, Area 4. Oh, and my quick reflexes mean I don't die. Now, one good thing about Area 4 is, it's not too difficult to sacrifice stuff, because there's lots of humanoid enemies, which are the only ones you can really sacrifice. And here I get lucky using the arrows, because my spike boots will kill them. But using arrows to sacrifice alive dudes, because Carly prefers live sacrifices to less than alive sacrifices. And also she prefers damsels over everything, even more so than shopkeepers, but nah, it's your call. Now I get worried that I'm going to do something stupid here and kill myself, but in the end, I actually pose no danger, and I'm like, should I bother getting that dude? That was dangerous just then, but here I'm like, nah, let's not bother, let's move on. So level 13, doing pretty well. There are only 16 levels in total, and the worst thing happens. Getting a darkness level in this level is a nightmare, because you can't see squat, you don't know what's coming, it's the worst. And I hate that bouncing dude. He is... See, because he can throw you. Fortunately, I take no damage and manage to avoid basically everything. But I can't see shit. And it is the worst, because you can see all those lava traps. You'd think the lava would give off light, right? It doesn't. It's lava... lava sucks. And lava is an insta-kill. Kills you instantly. It's basically like the water of previous. However, it slows the fall of anything in it. And here you can see I'm getting a bit frustrated because I'm trying to blow up the lava and reduce the level it's at, but it's not going so well. So here I kind of take a gamble and move over to this section, because what if there was enemies there? That would have killed me. Anyway, fortunately my damsel's safe right there, so I don't have to worry. And I'm like, should I take it? Shouldn't I take it? And I'm like, yeah, I should. But first, so here's what will happen. Watch the right wall when I grab it. So, you saw it shut the door, and then the spike trick comes down. Now, I didn't even have to worry, because I had already destroyed some of the roof. So I could have just stood there, and I would have been fine. And there's the exit. So, I got that. That's pretty sweet. I'm like... oh shit. Because I set off one dude and I set off a second dude. Now the dudes won't, the cultists, Carly cultists won't set off the crush trap, only you set it off. So you can use that to set up kills. Ooh, and then the frozen region unlocks, and say hello to that dude and he just gets killed. And... yeah, I managed to grab that gem before I leave. So I've got a pretty decent score going, and only one more level and then the boss. However, it's not meant to be, as I know this is the last level, alas. So, arrow, crush trap. No matter what your health is, the crush trap will kill you, instantly. Such bullshit. Such frigging bullshit. Anyway, I'm Monotone Morgan, and this has been Let's Play Spelunky. See you next time.